Everybody, and welcome to Final Play Sports, where today we're going to talk about Lobo basketball, Lobo football, and Mountain West football, Boise State college football playoffs. Got a big agenda for today, and I'm your host, Pete Lubar. So let's begin. First of all, let's talk about Lobo basketball. Lobos lost, unfortunately, to the Aggies this week in overtime, 89-83. Lobos were up 14 at the 8:45 mark. Aggies were up 9.5, so a big swing, 23-point swing, 23-point swing between the Aggies and the Lobos over about an 8-minute and 45-second period, which is not real good. And the Aggies eventually got up 16 with 10 minutes to go. A furious Lobo rally to tie on a ridiculous goaltending call. And then they got outworked in overtime and lost by 6. So not a great game for the Lobos, a very bad loss. You certainly don't want to lose on your home court. You don't want to lose to a team you're favored to beat by 18.5. And you were cruising. You were up 14 at the 8:45 mark. Aggies shot 60% from the field goal, from the floor, and also from three-point range. 9 of 15 from threes in the first half, so that's outstanding shooting. They were 51% shooting for the game. They were 2 for 2 from three-point range in overtime, so they were really on with their shooting. The Lobos were not. The Lobos shot 42% from the field, 4 for 10 in the first half from the three-point line. And look, here, this has been a problem all season. 4 of 10 from the charity stripe in the first half. You lost by 6, Lobos. You got to make your free throws or make it 80% of them. And if you had made 80%, you would have won the game. They were, what was the number? 13 of 22 for the game from the free throw line. So 9 missed field goals. That's a big problem. It's been a recurring problem all year. They only shot 35% from the field for the game. From three-point range, they were 10 of 32 for 31%. Amsel was 2 of 11 in the first half, 2 and 11 for the game, and 2 for 16 from all field goals. So he also missed every shot he took from inside the three-point range as well. So, and the funny thing is the Lobos didn't really have any turnovers. I mean, they only had 6, so they played okay. They didn't really get out-rebounded. They out-rebounded the Aggies. But this Lobo team is flawed, and they don't have great shooters on the team. At least we haven't seen them yet. Apple Hans has had a nice contribution, 14 points. But you kind of lose things on defense when he's in the game, so he's not an ideal situation, but at least he can make a three-point range. Amsel's clearly not the answer. He's probably a 35% historical shooter from three-point range, and you kind of like your three-point range shooters to be more like 45%, so he's not the answer. And you got 2 guards, Donnie and True, that are both drivers. And I watched that game the other day. What I thought and what I saw was Donnie going drive to the lane and get to the basket. But he got blocked a whole bunch of times. He's not getting there anymore. People know that. They're hanging back. They're waiting for him to come in. They're blocking the shots. So, that's a problem. And the problem with getting Nelly the ball too often is he's a very poor foul shooter. So he gets fouled and then he misses one or misses both. And, that's exactly the problem that we have. So all in all, not a good effort. I don't think play again till the 14th. That's a game they'll win, and they're playing Western New Mexico. And we got some other meaningful chances, but we're putting ourselves in a position where we pretty much are going to have to win the NCAA tournament, the Mountain West tournament, to get into the NCAA tournament. And so we'll see how that all shakes out over the next couple of months. In the meantime, let's talk about football. And Lobo football is a bit of a mess right now. If you're not aware, Bronco Mendenhall decided to leave after a single year. to take the Utah State job. And apparently he had his foot out the door for a while, which might explain that somewhat lackluster Hawaii game. He's going to get $1 million per year more, but Fernando Lobo, our new athletic director, said they were working on an upgraded package, so I don't know what the actual delta would have been. He just didn't want to be here. And I think part of that is that had to do more with family than money. Both kids are at BYU, as we've talked about before. BYU is very close to Orem. He's closer to his Montana ranch. His wife loves that ranch. So I think those were the biggest reasons why. And maybe we just didn't pay enough or didn't have enough community support, honestly. That Washington State game should have had twice as many people as was there, and it just didn't happen. The Albuquerqueans didn't care. So that's a problem. He's gone. Wish him luck. But others were ready to leave too. Jason Beck, the offensive coordinator, just took the similar job at Utah. That's a promotion for him, and good for him. And coordinators always come and go, so I don't see a big deal about that. But Devin Dampier is leaving, and Eli Sanders is leaving, and Wysong is leaving. He's a graduate transfer, so maybe there was some other field of study he wanted to work on as well that made sense. Eli, I don't know how that makes any sense at all. He just transferred to us from Iowa State, and he got an opportunity. He's done well with it, but he would have had the same opportunity next year as well here at UNM. So I don't know. And look, there's a ton of Eli Sanders out there, guys that are really fast and can run. And if you block for them, they're going to have great careers. If he goes to Utah, there's people in Utah already that are really good at running back, and I don't know if he'll even get any playing time. So we've seen that before. The kid Crosby Merritt went to Arizona State this year, or Arizona, I guess, didn't play. So he left, took the money, didn't play. Dampier is the most disappointing because he wasn't that highly recruited. He came to New Mexico, was given a chance, and he did something with it. And now he's repaid UNM by leaving. And that's very disappointing because, I understand the NIL, and it's been great for the players, and it's been terrible for the fans. And the NCAA needs to figure a way to cap the amount of money that a player can actually earn. How much does a college player need? Is it $100K a year? More than they're already getting tuition and free books and room? I just don't know. There has to be a solution. Shedeur Sanders had a $6.2 million contract, NIL contract. New Mexico's total NIL can't be more than $1 million. So, and then they had Travis Hunter, who was getting $3.4 million. So between two players at Colorado, you had $10 million, almost $11 million tied up. And looking around the nation right now, the going rate for a top quarterback is at least $2 million. So, in fact, Bryce Underwood, who's going to Michigan, has a $10 million deal with Michigan, reportedly. I don't know if it's fact, but it's a lot of money. And it's coming from boosters. And, that's New Mexico's not going to be able to do that. Now, Dampier is not going to make money as a pro quarterback, right? I mean, he's 5'9", he's slight. He might make it as a running back or receiver, but he's not going to be a pro quarterback. So he's maximizing his wealth for the next 2 years with life-changing money. And you can't blame a guy for doing that. So we can be mad about it all we want, but this is the system now, and it's affecting every single team that's out there. It's affecting Washington and Oregon and Ohio State and Penn State. Kids aren't getting to play, or they want to make more money, and they go somewhere else. And it's not good for the game, I don't think. I think it's actually killing interest in college football and college basketball. And so if you're really upset about this, the way you get back at them is double your commitment to 505 SVF, because that's the NIL fund that New Mexico has. So New Mexico will get an adequate coach who will bring a representative coaching staff in, and the portal is chock full of 4-star P4 players who would come to UNM to get playing time. It'll be fine. It's just a little disappointing right now, a little hard to swallow. So, Boise State made the CFP and got a 3 seed with a bye, which is really good for the Mountain West. Boise will play the winner of SMU or Penn State, and if they win again, they would play the winner of Notre Dame, Indiana, or Georgia. So this is really exciting for our conference. I've mentioned previously that we'll now get about $8 million into the conference if they can win that first game, which will be at home, then against either SMU or Penn State. Then they would pick up another, I think it's $6 million. So that goes to the conference. That means New Mexico will get $800,000 no matter what, and possibly over $1 million if they can get over 1.2, 1.4, or something like that. If they can, if Boise can win. So my final wrap today. The whining by the ACC and the Big 12 was extreme, as expected, and I fully expected the committee to screw the Broncos. And you know what? It's ridiculous. Look, Big 12, if your champion has multiple losses to unranked teams, then it really doesn't matter whose schedule was tougher. Boise has competed with the SMUs of the world and the Washingtons and the TCUs in the past and has beaten them time and time again. Now let's see them whoop them on the field in a playoff. Looking forward to the CFP and looking forward to my next video once Lobos get back to playing basketball. Hope you have a great day. If you need to reach me, you can reach me at Pete at final fprap.com, or you can subscribe to my YouTube station. And hope you have a great day, everyone. Bye.